Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to our video. Today, I'm just coaching. Actually, first time coaching. Quite interesting. We are coaching a very low level new player that plays queen and countess. So we're gonna go over more countess decks than queens, but right now we are just going to look at some matches. I'm going to talk about some mistakes that this player is making, how they can improve, and some core ideas of what to do. So first match, let's go quickly watch some matches here. Um, so let's see. Okay, we're facing against Shield Maiden here. So his deck is, let me see again. His deck is P.E.K.K.A, Ice Wizard, Giant Skeleton, and Musketeer Miner. So generally, first match you're looking for P.E.K.K.A and Ice Wizard. Let's see what he does. So he has these. I would place down these two and then reroll. I wouldn't put down Musketeer. And he clicked check. He was ready. If I'm not sure, he can change his position, and let's see what happens. Of course, the Shield Maiden player is playing Battle Healer, and okay, the player lost. It was actually quite unlucky here. Yeah, it was by timeout, but okay. Issue for round one is that this player had the P.E.K.K.A in his deck, but he didn't go for Ice Wizard and reroll for P.E.K.K.A. So instead, he went for Musketeer, which gave more, energy for the Shield Maiden, and Miner, which gave no value against Healer. Like, he was playing Miner here, and it basically did nothing. It just went around, did 2 damage, and got killed by Shield Maiden. So the Reflect was the thing that killed Miner, and there was absolutely no value when you're facing against something like Shield Maiden, Battle Healer, and that's gonna happen. So there's no point of putting a Miner there just to kill some backline minis that aren't gonna even exist. And definitely you should have put in a P.E.K.K.A down to kill everything. Anti-heal should work with Countess against Battle Healer, but it didn't work out here because he played Musketeer instead of P.E.K.K.A. But let's move on to second match. So he lost the first match, and let's see what he does here. Okay, so he rerolls, wastes 2 rerolls right there, without thinking, not reselling anything, or optimizing a shop, and then he drops down a Giant Skeleton and a P.E.K.K.A. So he just wasted 2 rerolls, and let's see how he places. Bad positioning. You see that. Now he has the Miner here. He should have removed that already. Giant Skeleton and Musketeer too. He should have went for P.E.K.K.A first star and third star. Now you see that he has Archer. Like, quite interesting, this player, this enemy, but he's not doing good at all. He skipped the opportunity to counter Battle Healer with 1-star Ice Wizard and bot like Giant Skeleton, which is going to give Shield Maiden more energy from stun. Giant Skeleton is also useless against heals, because you're looking at something that deals 3 damage at base core, and you're making it do some value against something that's just gonna heal after. There's no point. There's no point. For it's just no point against tanks. It's usually against squishies, and so there's no point. Bad optimization. Prioritize P.E.K.K.A. Star should have sold Giant Skeleton and Musketeer for P.E.K.K.A, and you can see, quite interestingly enough, the enemy was really bad positioning. This was very horrible optimization. So luckily he won. So let's move on to round 3. He went for the bigger boom, didn't he? No, he didn't. Okay, so he's placing for the Archer, which is good. Okay, problem here again. Hold on, let me pause this. Problem here again. He did the right priority for the Musketeer, as you can see. I couldn't show you guys, but problem here is wrong upgrade. He went for the Musketeer 3-star. He was supposed to go for P.E.K.K.A. Again, wrong upgrade. He still didn't optimize his Giant Skeleton and Musketeer, which is going to do absolutely nothing but give energy. Also, bad play putting Musketeer with no tank in the back against Archer. Played Giant Skeleton behind P.E.K.K.A, which is bad because to the side so that the P.E.K.K.A takes the damage first, because P.E.K.K.A could have been used as a damage dealer, while Countess could have gotten energy from Archer while tanking for Musketeer, and to take out that with the Archer, because if you put the Countess behind the Musketeer, let's say you don't put in Revive Tile or anything, the thing about it is that Countess gets the energy. And Miner takes it down, Archer, and then Countess teleports right in the back. It gets the backstab. That's the whole point, and you just the player just completely missed out here. Ice Wizard should definitely have focused 1 star and 2nd star to beat Shield Maiden. So let's see what happens. So the enemy plays Rocket. He also didn't look for any star optimization for gizmos. He didn't check it at all, and he lost that round. Okay, let's watch this round. He goes for okay. These are good upgrades. He went for a big shovel and dissipate. This is what I want to see. Here I would definitely go for Rocket. Nope. Okay, that's a problem. When you see Rocket, when you play Rocket, and you see the enemy is also playing Rocket, or even like non-Rocket versus Rocket matchups, very undecided, placement here because you're supposed to get the Rocket down before the enemy does, so that your Rocket goes off, and it's a big play there, so that your Rocket deals the damage before his Rocket does, and possibly winning the round before his Rocket lands. But the problem is that he didn't put his Rocket up on the second lane so that the Rocket can deal the damage before the enemy Rocket. So always take that advantage. Also with the tank, he could have put again bad optimization upgrade. Let's not go over that because it's gonna be repetitive. But one of the things is again, you should always put your tank somewhere else away from your most of your units, and avoid Rocket hitting them. So let's see what happens. This goes for a bigger boom. Definitely not bad, but cleave is what was done right here. Oh gosh, that's really loud. Right. So yeah, look at that. Rocket takes way too long. Luckily for him, it worked out. So that was round. Let's see here. So next he goes for cleave on the left hand side. Very good play here. But again, Musketeers giving no value here, especially against backline minis. Okay, good upgrade over there. Should sell P.E.K.K.A and Ice Wizard. Should sell for P.E.K.K.A and Ice Wizard 2-star, but huge misplay by opponent here playing backline minis up front. Let's see. So the enemy played Archer on the left front and did not get any value, of course, and it was a huge misplay by the opponent. And in the end, our player here won because of his miner placement, very excellent miner placement. But everything else, including like upgrade priority, positioning, actually not positioning, upgrade priority, and some tips, he should definitely look more into that. So let's move on to second game. That wasn't bad. Okay, let's see. Round. This is counted. Oh god, turn that down. Alright, so he's playing that. Okay, against Countess, these are good upgrades. These are good minis that you're playing, but this is a horrible Countess placement. Although Countess is fast, you're not optimizing it to get the most energy here. Ice Wizard also should have placed in the 4th column, which he put in the 2nd, and that's just more vulnerable, to the damage. Right. So the enemy is playing Ghost here, and really unlucky matchup for him because it's quite early game here, but as we can see, our player here lost. So let's quickly watch over match 1. Okay, so let's watch first before I'm going to commentate. Alright, so this round had a big misplay. This round, talks about a lot of tips and all of that. Is that Giant Skeleton doesn't benefit from Soul Jar when his bomb doesn't go off to get the value for his team. As you can see, this player is playing his bomb in the Soul Jar tile, which the bomb isn't going to go off after Giant Skeleton dies. So it's just going to be a soak. It's going to be a meat sponge, and it's not going to get any value after that. So it should have been upfront to deal damage early for the P.E.K.K.A. He put it on 3rd lane, I don't know why, and he's trapping his own Countess in. Now you can see Miner has a delay when it digs in, so Countess is just gonna be trapped in there for like 2-3 seconds, and it doesn't have any like huge, and the enemy doesn't have any like huge damage dealers that should kill your Countess early. So he could have played his Countess in the Soul Jar and put something next to it so it doesn't, die from Royal Ghost isolation. And the other problem was Miner was very unnecessary against Countess because it only feeds it, and Countess decks usually don't have many backline minis. Miner is also very useless against most situations like Countess decks, melee decks. These since you don't have a backline mini, also you knew this player also knew he had a ghost, so therefore he shouldn't have played for Miner since he knows Ghost is a frontline focused support. And result, Giant Skeleton died last, and that was very unfavored. So let's watch the gameplay. Everything was happening. So he was playing a kind of like a ghost bait kind of deck, and as you can see, the problem with this was you can see the entire time that Giant Skeleton wasn't focused on Soul Jar and didn't get any value. So always put Soul Jar on damage dealers. So let's quickly watch this match. Okay, he knows the core idea to how to play against Ghost, but this is bad, absolutely bad. You are still putting that, Giant Skeleton on Soul Jar that doesn't give it any value, and you aren't playing for your, deck strength. You're still playing for that Miner right on the Pancaker, which isn't gonna do anything. You should have went for Ice Wizard first star and second star, and then went for P.E.K.K.A third star after first star, and sold the Musketeer. And you continue to play backline minis to feed Invisible setup. Invista Countess setup, and should have been playing for tank and damage. Should have went for Giant Skeleton bomb early front, P.E.K.K.A on Soul Jar to kill the enemy Royal Ghost. Then get most value out of P.E.K.K.A in first star and third star damage. So our player here quickly launched Soul Jar here. The Miner didn't get any value, and Countess overall just really lost his control. What he should have definitely went for was P.E.K.K.A third star, and he ended up losing this 3-0. So we see as this player, he has a big problem with optimization, upgrades, and so on. Let's watch this. So this is a Countess versus Monk. Bad matchup. This is the guy for this match. Interesting. So he's playing for Soul Jar here. You see Musketeer, two Musketeers. I would reroll those two because it usually isn't useful. I would not Actually, it doesn't really matter. Okay, big problem. You see him. What did he do? He played down the P.E.K.K.A. That's not bad. He rerolled. Shouldn't have rerolled. You know that your only other mini here that's 2 elixir. It's gonna be Ice Wizard and Miner. Ice Wizard, if it doesn't appear, it's useless. Miner isn't gonna do anything. So Countess versus Monk, of course, unlucky matchup, but it wasn't just kind of unlucky for how he played Giant Skeleton. I would have still played the Countess on Soul Jar even though he didn't get it. The opponent also played very well. And it was quite unlucky match here. Alright, let's move on to the second match. Round 2, let's see. I would have re-rolled all those Giant Skeletons because they get silenced. And alright, big problem. Giant Skeleton wasn't the problem. It was the fact that he played for Flashbang instead of Bigger Boom. He went for all that, he went for all that stun. Should have went for damage because in lower, elos and lower hero levels, you should always go for what is damage. You go for P.E.K.K.A first star, third star. It smashes everything in low elo because low elo, low hero HP. That's the core idea. And let's see here. Definitely should have known he has Bow Healer and went for and definitely not went for Flashbang but Bigger Boom. Should have definitely rerolled for P.E.K.K.A. Again, he didn't use P.E.K.K.A upgrades. Miner Anita is going to be caught by Barb on the Soul Jar tile, and then if play for this P.E.K.K.A is just why not go for upgrades? So I don't get it. And quite interesting, the enemy has guard, but again, just not doing the best here. Our player here actually wasn't the worst, and he won, but that was due to the enemy positioning. Really bad Okay, that was good. So we got some good ideas here. Now he plays Sauna here. We had the option of playing Hot Pot. Now Sauna isn't bad, but the fact that he played Giant Skeleton and Sauna was the fact that it was bad because if Giant Skeleton goes into Sauna, it gives no value. Giant Skeleton is only a meat sponge to tank damage, and you put in a Sauna, it's not going to get any value. So should have changed up position too. He's been playing this position since round one. And if play Sauna, should definitely sell Giant Skeleton. If you're feeding your own Sauna a useless mini, change up positions against Monk because Monk is just gonna get more energy. Also some other things is that he is not playing the best here. He should have went for Soul Miner because you see four frontline minis here. And Giant Skeleton for P.E.K.K.A. and Musk. Musk would have done much better to push back the Bow Healer and Monk. And definitely P.E.K.K.A. upgrade here. 3-star would have been more nice instead of Giant Skeleton and Miner should have went for Musk and Ice Wizard and P.E.K.K.A. Okay, look at that. You've been playing this position since round one, so Monk completely destroys you. Now Giant Skeleton goes into the Sauna, and Giant Skeleton gets no value here. Of course, our player here lost because he went for Flashbang too, so what we needed. So he didn't get the HP that he needed and lost this round. So in round 4 it was a matchup. He again, continued to play Giant Skeleton here. Just didn't do much and played the Miner to the Sauna here, as you can see on the left lane. So no impact on that as it's not enough damage. He did change up his position, but it wasn't good enough. He wasn't playing for Musketeer or P.E.K.K.A. So there was not much impact. Should have removed Giant Skeleton since he has Sauna and played P.E.K.K.A. or counters early into Sauna, and he did none of that. Of course, Giant Skeleton spawns and gives absolutely no value. As you can see, Monk right there, one punch, and that's it. He walks out, and your value is gone. There's no point, absolutely no point of playing Giant Skeleton into Sauna. But again, our player here lost, so big thing here. Okay, let's move on to Queen. So our player here is playing Queen now. This is one of the more meta decks that I don't play much. It's actually a fairly good deck, but it's not a Gambit deck. It's a standard one. So he's playing against our Barbarian King here. He played our player here played Golden Giant, which definitely shouldn't have be our first choice. I would have played. I should have sold Lumberjack. I would put Golden Giant in the back, and then Giant Skeleton in front, and then Queen maybe on second tile. He's just playing Golden Giant into Barbarian King when Barbarian King doesn't have any stuns. BK decks usually don't have stuns, and definitely should have played Giant Skeleton. Should have played Lumberjack behind, or Golden Giant behind to stun or to tank Archer shots, which you're gonna expect in the Barbarian King decks. So yeah, as you can see, he's playing Battle Healer now. So we completely love this match because Lumberjack isn't dying, and then your Golden Giant's dying, which also isn't going to give you any value. So really bad positioning and consideration here. So okay, let's move on to match. Let's see round 2. Okay, our player here changed up positions. Okay, big problem. He readied up, and you see this. Giant Skeleton is played not right into the middle. It is not taking all the shots. And we have Golden Giant in the front, which should be a secondary tank. And he's still playing for that Queen in the back. You see the big problem here is that he's not doing what he should be. And honestly, let's see. Okay, yeah, like I said, Archer is gonna happen against Battle Healer. First response should have definitely been P.E.K.K.A. stars. P.E.K.K.A. 1-star, P.E.K.K.A. 3-star. So should have definitely played Giant Skeleton on A3 square ASAP. Again, some recap, and it wasn't good play in general. So here our player has lost. So let's see here. Our player here went for Sharp, which is very, very good optimization, and then he went for Lumberjack, which didn't affect our P.E.K.K.A. over here. He also didn't look for Gizmos, which he should have definitely looked for Gizmos. Musketeer in the back wasn't bad play, but the fact that he put Golden Giant in the middle and not Giant Skeleton in the middle was a very horrible play. Lumberjack got the right stars, but it didn't affect. He didn't play Lumberjack's first star into the P.E.K.K.A, so that's also a big problem. And he should have put AQ Archer Queen 1 up so that the P.E.K.K.A might be boosted and for damage for Invis, and should have definitely switched out Golden Giant again. Should put Golden Giant behind Musk and Archer Queen, knowing that Musk Archer is in this position. So our player here quickly lost again. So yeah, that's a really big problem. I've been writing these analysis for maybe an hour last night, but okay. I'm gonna go over here. This is another deck. I haven't reviewed over this, but this is a Arch Queen versus Skeleton King matchup. So we see our player here. He went for. Okay, let's see. All right. I would have went for Giant Skeleton and Musketeer. So Musketeer pushes back Skeleton King, and Skeleton King never gets any isolation. That's good, but player here, he went for Lumberjack and Peck. I don't hate, but Lumberjack should have definitely been put up front. So the opponent plays Musk on 1 stars, but he didn't get any isolation, which is good. But again, the gambit positioning is not so well. Lumberjack dies first. This is actually pretty good. I didn't see that. Now the only problem is here isolation. Oh, okay, it goes in Invis. I forgot about that. Okay, we good. And so this was good play. Let's see, round 2. Rage, Quicksilver, I mean, pretty good, okay. Musketeer should definitely be on the right side. Okay, big problem. Musketeer, okay, again, Lumberjack is played in the back, not in the front. That's a big problem. He's playing Musketeer to the isolated square, so he's playing into Skeleton King's isolation, and you are just generally giving Skeleton King so much value out of his isolation and not doing the best. And when he plays War 2, I shouldn't went for. I don't think he should have went for War 2, but interesting decision. Oh, is this my deck? Like the Skeleton King Ghost. Anyway, okay. So our enemy here is actually playing 2 for 1, so pretty well nice. But our player is here playing even better because our opponent here is just focusing on that energy tile and not realizing his positioning about the Archer Queen and how he can get the value out of the Valkyrie. So War 2 quite interesting. Pancaker. Horrible play. Horrible play. Should have definitely went for War 2. You were playing a heavy deck. This player was playing a heavy deck and he should have definitely went for either King Tower or Sauna, but War 2, but definitely you're looking into War 2 more because he has Musketeer. Musketeer is just going to greatly impact our P.E.K.K.A over here. P.E.K.K.A isn't going to do anything with Pancaker because no matter how many shots you take, how much damage you take, it's never going to reach the Musketeer. It's never going to deal the damage that you need. And should have definitely went for War 2 up front. Okay, this was a bad play. I see going Giant here. But again, he's not playing for that P.E.K.K.A star he could have went for. And he's not changing in position since like first round. Should have definitely went for Lumberjack. And Golden Giant is isolated. So is Musketeer. And you're not playing for the Lumberjack. If Lumberjack was played on A3 square, that would have been much better. Actually, I don't hate the Golden Giant there, but should have been 1 tile below to protect the Musketeer and change up the position. If Valkyrie was played on the right, he would have been dead. But our opponent is even worse than him, like much worse. So he plays Lumberjack and Wizard, which I don't hate, but it is a horrible play. You see he's isolated, but our player is doing well here. Musketeer actually didn't get much value because of his positioning, which isn't bad, but because of horrible Musketeer play by the enemy. Who should definitely not focus Musketeer there. It was generally a good play here. Yeah, look at that isolation there. You're not getting any value. It wasn't bad because enemy just had a horrible Musketeer play over there, so. In general, a few things I would say to work on. Hold on. So a few things I would definitely say to work on is focus on the P.E.K.K.A as you have the P.E.K.K.A in the deck. Like I said, P.E.K.K.A is so strong, especially in low elo. Just put that first star, slap that 3rd star on it. I've never seen this player play 3rd star with P.E.K.K.A here, so definitely concerning. And this is number 1 material is to know when to play your P.E.K.K.A stars. Second tip is definitely knowing the differences between tanks. He was playing between Golden Giant and Giant Skeleton, and he was not looking for the right matchup. He was just placing down the minis and not knowing what they do. What's the difference? Also, Soul Jar should definitely not be played in Giant Skeleton. Another thing is definitely learning about crowd control, the importance of Ice Wizard, and how to change up your positions. That's also one thing. Another would be definitely some gizmo tips on this rocket, as you can see here, and gizmo selection, looking out for your gizmos, of course. But most importantly, I feel like minor placements were horrible. Minor wasn't much used in these few decks, but should have definitely been looked out. As you can see, when he should be playing minor, yes, playing about minor. This shouldn't have. This shouldn't have, and this should have. And I don't know. He didn't. He doesn't have minor in this deck. But anyway, he should have definitely looked for placements, look for damage, how they work. Would definitely tell this player to work on upgrade party, gizmo selection, and positioning with item. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed, learned something new, and especially thanks for Obesity for reaching out. And this was quite a long video, but hope you guys enjoyed, learned something new, especially for you guys new players. And I hope to see you guys in our Discord server. Just DM me, hey Ant, I just want a coaching session. I'll get right into it, and hope you guys enjoyed this video. And I'll peace out.